Right now, if you're picturing an ancient human's dinner, you're probably imagining a caveman gnawing on a giant leg of meat. And for once, you're basically right. But the real story is so much weirder than that, because scientists can actually read what our ancestors ate, locked inside their bones. And when they tested Neanderthals, the results came back so extreme that some individuals scored like an apex predator, like a wolf, like a lion. Not ate a lot of meat for an omnivore, like an animal that eats almost nothing but meat. Which is strange, because your body, and theirs, was never actually built to run on pure meat. Doing that should have killed them. So how did our ancestors eat like lions, without dying like the villagers who tried it? Let's start with the obvious question. Why so much meat in the first place? And the answer is one word: calories. Think about it from your ancestors' point of view. You need energy to survive, and energy is hard to find. You could spend all day gathering berries, roots, and leaves, hunched over, picking one tiny snack at a time, and still barely fill your stomach. Or you could take down one large animal, and suddenly you're holding thousands of calories in a single pile. Days of food in one go. Plants are a slow trickle. A big kill is a jackpot. And this got even more extreme in cold places. Picture Ice Age Europe, where the Neanderthals lived. Half the year, the plants just aren't there. No fruit, no berries, nothing green worth eating. So when winter hits and the salad bar closes, meat isn't a preference anymore. It's the only thing on the menu. But here's where it gets interesting. Because our ancestors weren't just eating meat. They were being incredibly picky about which parts. And this is the detail everyone gets wrong. See, if you try to survive on nothing but lean meat, just muscle, the stuff we call steak, you actually get sick. Seriously sick. Early explorers discovered this the hard way and gave it a name: rabbit starvation. You can be eating all day, stuffing yourself with meat, and still be slowly dying. Because your body can't handle that much pure protein without something to balance it. That something is fat. So while we imagine cavemen fighting over the biggest slab of muscle, they were often after something else entirely. The fatty bits, the organs, and the real treasure, bone marrow. That soft, rich, fatty stuff hidden inside the bones. And we know they wanted it because of what they left behind. At ancient sites, archaeologists keep finding bones that were deliberately, carefully smashed open. Not chewed, not gnawed. Cracked, with tools on purpose, to scoop out the marrow inside. Think about that. Your ancestors invented specific tools just to get at the fat. They weren't eating like mindless brutes. They were running a nutrition strategy. And this is where it connects to something much bigger, something sitting inside your skull right now: your brain. It's an absolute energy hog. It's only about 2% of your body weight, but it burns around 20% of your energy. It is the most expensive organ you own. And you can't run a machine that hungry on leaves and twigs. Meat helped pay for it. All that dense energy, the fat, the iron, the B12, nutrients that are hard to get anywhere else, gave our ancestors the fuel to grow bigger, hungrier, more powerful brains. Meat didn't do it alone, but without that concentrated payoff, the human brain as we know it might never have been affordable. You are, in a real sense, thinking with a brain that meat helped build. And then there's fire. Because raw meat is one thing, but cooked meat is a cheat code. Cooking breaks the food down before you even eat it. It means your body pulls more calories, more protein, out of the exact same piece of meat. So the moment our ancestors mastered fire, every single hunt suddenly fed them better than it did before. Same animal, more fuel. Now, here's what makes this whole thing so important. None of it works without one final piece: actually catching the animal. And humans are strange hunters. We're not fast. We have no claws, no fangs. On paper, we're a joke. But we have one freakish superpower. We don't quit. Our ancestors could jog after an animal for hours in the heat, long after it sprinted away, until the poor thing simply overheated and collapsed from exhaustion. We didn't outrun our dinner. We out-stubborned it. So put it all together. A body that craves the fatty parts, tools to crack the bones, fire to squeeze out more fuel, and the sheer stubbornness to run prey into the ground. That's not a lucky monkey stumbling onto a carcass. That's a hunting machine. But wait, we still haven't solved our opening mystery. If pure meat causes rabbit starvation, how did the Neanderthals hit those insane lion-level numbers in their bones and survive? For years, this was a genuine puzzle, and the latest research has a genuinely bizarre answer: maggots. Here's the theory. Neanderthals often didn't eat their meat fresh. They stored it, buried it, let it sit, and it rotted. And rotting meat crawls with maggots. Now, that sounds disgusting to you, but maggots are little packets of fat and nutrients, exactly what a lean meat diet is missing. And here's the clever part. Rotten meat and maggots are absolutely loaded with nitrogen, the same nitrogen scientists measure in those bones. So those apex predator readings might not mean the Neanderthals were purer carnivores than a lion. It might mean they were eating rotten, maggot-riddled meat, which safely gave them the fat they needed and accidentally cranked their bone chemistry off the charts. The scary lion-level numbers? Possibly just a caveman enjoying a nice bowl of spoiled, wriggling leftovers. Honestly, smart. Gross, but smart. So here's the full picture. Meat was the jackpot. Thousands of calories in one kill, when plants gave you almost nothing. Fat was the real prize, because pure lean meat would slowly poison you. So they cracked bones for marrow and even let meat rot for the nutrients. That dense fuel helped pay for the expensive human brain. Fire squeezed out even more. And pure stubbornness let us catch it all in the first place. Ancient humans didn't eat this way because they were savages. They did it because they were smart. Every smashed bone and buried, rotting carcass was a survival strategy working exactly as intended. So the next time you feel a little guilty reaching for a burger, remember, that craving is ancient. It helped build the very brain you're using to feel guilty about it. Your ancestors would not have felt bad. They'd have gone looking for the marrow. Chew on that.